Students, today we are going to start with the topic OPAM, and it comes under the module 3, and the various things you'll have to cover in the topic of OPAM. Long form of OPAM is operational amplifier. Is first of all you need to understand what is OPAM. Then you'll have to understand its schematic symbol. Then next you are going to deal with various op-amp parameters. After op-amp parameters, you are going to deal with the applications of op-amp. Under the applications of op-amp, you are going to deal with the first application. You are going to see the op-amp as an inverting amplifier. Then you are going to see it as a non-inverting amplifier. Then you are going to see it as adder, subtractor, voltage follower, then integrator and differentiator. Okay, apart from that, some small concepts included here and there. Okay, this is the main flow of your topic op-amp. First, let us see what is op-amp. Okay, op-amp is a high gain, large bandwidth, direct coupled negative feedback amplifier. You'll have to answer for the question what is op-amp in this way. Op-amp is a high gain, large bandwidth, direct coupled negative feedback amplifier. Let me make you to understand each of the term over there. Gain is known to you. Gain is nothing but output by input. Gain is going to increase the input by many folds at the output. Output is many times greater than input. For that we say gain. So op-amp is going to give a high gain. It is going to increase the input many times and it is available at the output. And it is going to operate at large bandwidth. Means whatever the high gain it is providing, the amplification, it is going to cover from lowest frequency to highest possible frequency. Means from it is going to cover a wide range of frequencies. Okay, that's why it is a large bandwidth. And the op-amp consists of so many amplifier stages coupled to each other. While coupling, usually we are going to couple using capacitors or any electrical elements. Via that coupling is going to happen. But in case of op-amp, the various multi-stage amplifiers are being directly coupled. And to have a better amplification, we are going to have the negative feedback concept introduced in the op-amp. Each amplifier output is provided back at the input. Each output, the output of amplifier is provided back at the input. So while providing to the input, if the portion of the output that is fed back to the input, if it is having the same phase, we say that it is a positive feedback. Positive feedback is used in the concepts of oscillators, but here we are going to use the negative feedback. Negative feedback is going to improve the performance of the amplification. Negative feedback means the portion of the output that is fed back to the input, it is going to increase the performance of the amplification. Means it is going to deal with the various advantages like high gain, large bandwidth. All these are the things we are going to have only because of negative feedback amplifier. So we are going to define the op-amp as is a high gain, large bandwidth, direct coupled negative feedback amplifier. And this op-amp is basically designed to perform mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, integration, differentiation, so on. Okay, this is what you'll have to explain when you are asked what is op-amp. Next, coming to its schematic symbol. The symbol goes in this way. The symbol of op-amp is a triangle, and to this side you are going to connect the inputs. The op-amp has got two inputs and one output. and it has two power supplies connected. So out of the two inputs, the input marked with minus sign is referred as inverting terminal, and the input that is marked with positive sign is referred as non-inverting terminal. And the two supplies, one is VCC, the other is, the negative supply is VEE. You'll have to rectify this. It is VEE. Okay. And the output is available here. And inside the triangle you have marked A. A is nothing but the gain. Okay. And the gain is output by input. We do have two inputs. So we are going to take the difference of two inputs. So A equals to V0 divided by V1 minus V2. Input is the difference between the two inputs, V1 minus V2. Okay. And the same is explained over here. And if these two are, if V1 and V1 and V2 are different, then the A is referred as AD, that is differential gain. And sometimes we do have V1 equal to V2, same voltage is connected to both the inputs, inverting and non-inverting terminal. Then in that case, we are going to say A as ACM, that is common mode gain. Okay. So this is what you are going to have with respect to the symbol and the definition of op-amp. Next, we are now going to see various op-amp parameters. Under the op-amp parameters, we are going to see first parameter is common mode rejection ratio. First parameter is CMRR. After that, the second parameter is output offset voltage, VO, output voltage offset. Okay, output, O stands for output offset voltage is the second parameter. Then we are going to see input offset voltage. And then we are going to see input offset current. Next we are going to see input bias current, IB. Fifth one. Sixth one, we are going to see input resistance, RI. Next we are going to see output resistance, RO. Next parameter, eighth parameter is SVRR, supply voltage rejection ratio. Next we are going to see slew rate, ninth parameter. Apart from that, the 10th parameter is gain bandwidth product. So these 10 various parameters we are going to study one after another. The first one is CMRR. CMRR is the ratio of differential gain to common mode gain. It is the ratio of differential gain to common mode gain. It is equal to AD divided by ACM. And if at all you want to express it in dBs, to this ratio take the magnitude and multiply by 20 log. You are going to express the CMRR, which is the dimensionless quantity. Now it is expressed in dB just by multiplying 20 log to base 10. And how is the nature of CMRR? The typical value of CMRR is very high. It is around 100 dB. And we expect the higher value of CMRR. Higher the value of CMRR, better is the performance of op-amp. Why the common mode rejection? We want to reject when both the inputs are equal to each other. The common mode gain should be 0. Means CMRR should be high. So this is what it is going to reject if the two inputs are same. This rejection should happen by the op-amp. This is the first parameter. CMRR is nothing but AD by ACM. Okay, understood? Okay. Next parameter, output offset voltage. Output offset voltage. It is the actual value of the output voltage when inputs of the op-amp are 0. Assume that both the inputs of op-amp are 0. At that time, what would be the output? we say output should be 0, but practically some output is available. Ideally output should be 0, but there is some output voltage available even if the inputs are 0. That is why that output when the inputs are 0 is referred as output offset voltage, and it is not the manufacturer, it is not in the it is not the parameter to be specified by the manufacturer. It is totally depending on the design by the user. So how he designs, what external components he uses, based upon that we are going to come out with the value of output offset voltage. Okay, next one is input offset voltage. Input offset voltage, this is just opposite to this one. It is the input voltage that should be set to have the output voltage 0. It is the voltage that must be applied between the input terminals such that the output voltage becomes 0.